Hi, we are DeQueue. We had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Keith Hegden, who is the president of ESIS, and he travels weekly for work, and he finds it very inconvenient to navigate through different airports. He would love for air travel to be more enjoyable and more comfortable. So our customers consist of the airport duty managers and travelers and passengers. An example of an airport duty manager is Christopher Rausch, who is the Phoenix Sky Harbor airport duty manager.
After being able to talk to several customers, we realized that our problem consists of three major components. The first one being inconvenience in airport navigation, have been classified as not very user-friendly. Moreover, we also find out that customers don't really know what the wait times are for specific restaurants or specific boarding gates, and we tried to figure out a solution for that.
Alrighty, so our solution is a virtual assistant that will make air travel more convenient and more enjoyable. And a little bit about our solution.
Someone like Keith would arrive at the airport, then log on to the airport's Wi-Fi, then be prompted to purchase the product or deny it. And then sensors, cameras, as well as other databases already in place, such as flight status information that the airport has, will be fed to a JSON file, which will be then converted to something like the Amazon Alexa's intents and slots file, which is what it uses to kind of convert the JSON file into language queries and outputs that information through speech. And that would be output through our virtual assistant. When we took a look at some of the competition that DeQueue might encounter, we have Flight Radar 24, which is a very detailed flight status information web browser. Actually free, but it doesn't really offer any airport-specific information. Then there's Airport Assistance Worldwide, which is very detailed with flight status information and offers airport-specific information because there's actually agents on the ground who help passengers through their flight process. However, it is very expensive. It is a VIP service. Then there's TripCase, which offers flight status information and is also a free application available on the App Store. However, it doesn't offer any airport-specific information, just like Flight Radar 24. However, our product would offer all of these services.
Alrighty, so here's our current business model. So essentially, the customer, Keith, would be arriving at the airport. And as soon as he does so, he's going to connect to the Wi-Fi there and be immediately prompted to join DeQueue. Once he's prompted, he will pay the $5 fee for the software, and DeQueue will gain 50% off of the proceeds from that payment. And as soon as that transaction has gone through, then Keith will have access to all of our databases to the airport and be able to use the software freely and as much as he chooses.
So DeQueue's timeline started in August, where we began customer development, trying to figure out pain points within airports as well as wait times themselves. After that, we moved on to creating ideas and possible solutions in October. From there, we planned to develop a piecemeal MVP. After that, we would do follow-up interviews with our customers. And after that, we would develop and launch a landing page MVP to kind of validate our idea. After that, we would launch a Kickstarter campaign and at the same time try to find investors to fund our project. And on January 30th, 2020, in the year, we would start to gather our findings and present it to Christopher Rausch. Then in February, we would begin the installation of our databases as well as installing any needed sensors or cameras. And hopefully by the end of May, we would have our attained fundings of $10,000 to actually pay for all of this. And in the beginning of March, we would begin the development of the DeQueue virtual assistant software itself. And hopefully we would be able to launch the DeQueue at Phoenix Sky Harbor on January 1st of 2020.
After identifying that timeline, we kind of structured our market opportunity into three different phases. The first one being Phoenix Sky Harbor National Airport, where our initial customer is going to be Keith, along with 10 other people who were a part of our interview process. In phase one, in Phoenix Sky Harbor National Airport, we're going to target 44 million passengers, and we're estimating a sales of about $112 million. Moving on to our phase two, where we're going to have our business services in 14 major West Coast international airports, and we are looking at a sale of $1.5 billion if we're able to cater to 620 million passengers. Phase 3 will be 48 international airports across the US. We are going to be trying to cater over 2 billion passengers, which will estimate the sales of about $5 billion.
We request $10,000, $5,000 database development and hardware, $3,000 DeQueue virtual assistant development, $2,000 marketing, social media, and airport advertising.
Hey guys, my name is Michael. I'm a computer science major and I've taken up the role as project manager. We have Taylor, who comes up with most of the design and the PowerPoint. We have Ashton, who is the computer scientist, essentially the coder for most of the project. We have Shoria, in charge of all the behind scenes for finances. And we have Shen Fei, who is the thinker and comes up with a lot of the ideas. All right, well, we have been DeQueue. Thank you so much for your time, and we're hoping to make airport travel more enjoyable.